What's up, everyone? This is LofiNole, and I want to talk about the Borderlands 1 series that I've been doing on my channel. Now, if you have been on Twitch before, you seen me live, or you have went on my YouTube, or some of my social medias like Instagram and maybe Twitter, then you have seen me play Borderlands 1 or made videos about it. Now, on my Twitch, I was able to complete the Borderlands 1 series that I was doing all the way from level 1 to 69 with Lilith, and I did everything that I had to do, as well as follow the rules that I have set for this series. But if you go look on my YouTube, I haven't uploaded a Borderlands content for like a month, and I had all the footage and everything. I didn't have it edit, but they was all like raw footage. All I had to do is just edit it and then like put them up, and sadly I lost all the footage, and I do believe there was like 4 to 5 of them, and they're all was like an hour, 1 hour to 3 hour long footage. And so I want to talk about like what happened with that, as well as something else as well. So first things first with that, the reason why it got lost is I was factory resetting my computer, and you know, usually when you don't factory reset your computer, or you had it for a really long time and you just haven't like deleted a lot of stuff, you know, it starts slowing down really quickly. And so for me, factory resetting it, I did use OneDrive. Me personally, I have never used OneDrive like since the dawn of time, really. I don't really like it to this day, and after what happened, I'm not going to use it again. It's really limited. It's not that great. You have to do like a monthly subscription anyway just to have like a lot of storage. So it's, to me, I don't like it. But anyway, I was using OneDrive. Everything got saved over. I used like the 30-day free pass where you get to have your storage, or you have your storage like increased to 1 terabyte and whatnot. So after that, got it download over. I factory reset the computer. Everything was done. Boom, boom, boom. Next minute, time to re-download it and then move it over. Got that done, and then I wanted to get rid of all the stuff that was on my computer with OneDrive, because one, like I said, is very limited. You don't really get a lot of perks, even though you do subscribe to the subscription or whatever. And so I did a little research on it and said it doesn't get rid of your content or like your videos or your folders or case may be on your computer. But what I didn't find out is even if you do get rid of OneDrive, it will keep everything saving to that OneDrive folder, and then technically it will always try to auto save it to your OneDrive. And me personally, I don't like that. I don't like trying to use a cloud in order to save my stuff around. Not just that, I don't like how everything was trying to sync up to OneDrive. So me trying to get rid of it, you know, and I finally did, it turned around and deleted everything. It deleted all my folders, all my videos, everything. I sat down for like 2 days straight, trying my best to find it, trying to re-download it, everything. I even went in, because there was a way how you can go and re-download your deleted stuff, even though you did delete it and whatever, and it's like technically gone. You can like do like a sync, like how many days has it been since your last like change in OneDrive. Tried that. It still couldn't get me none of the footage that I lost. And I think it's because really the footage was just too big for it, and it didn't want to save it, because I saved the footage in a folder. I didn't save the footage individually. So pretty much got lost, and there's no way I can find it. There's no way that I can get back to recording, and that just shows to me to do better and also to back up my save. So I'm not gonna use OneDrive again for a really long time. And yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with my Borderlands 1 content for Lilith. I will say I do want to try it again, but not at this time, because one, I did beat it on my Twitch 100%, and it's giving me different ideas that I could do with the YouTube stuff, and like how I edit it and how I make the content. So that's a plus. But I just wish that I still had the footage, so then I could put something out for you guys that's on YouTube, and also had something to edit. Tux. That's all I can say, really, and it's all my fault, really. So yeah, but aside from that, because I don't want to be too down in the dumps about it, I do want to still make content with Borderlands. I do like the franchise a lot, and I want to get in with explaining like how I felt about Borderlands at this point, and then move on to like what I want to do with Borderlands 2. But before I jump into the Borderlands 2 statement, let's talk about Borderlands 1. Now, since I completed the game and everything, I have my opinions about it. As a person who played it as like a kid and then coming back to it at the age of 20 now, there's a lot of different things. And since the game was the very first franchise that ever made, I do think that there's a lot of stuff that they have in Borderlands 1 that I think they can implement or bring over to like the next generations of Borderlands. At least, you know, give it a try, or, you know, give the devs something ideal to bring over, and that wouldn't hurt really. So the first thing I found really enjoyable throughout the whole entire game was the weapons. I think there was a system where every time you got a kill, it'll level up the guns, and I think that was really enjoyable. I think there was nothing wrong with that. I do see why it's kind of hard to bring that back per se, because some people get into like a niche or get into certain rows of guns that they like to use. But overall, like once you get the gun to like level 30, I remember, then you can always just move on to the next weapon, and it's not like something that will like make or break the game per se. It's pretty much like badass rank in Borderlands 2 and so on and so forth. It's there, but it's not something that's like overbearing, and it's not like going crazy, or it's not something that's like pretty much breaking the whole entire game. I think that was really enjoyable that I found in the Borderlands 1. Next thing is the story. The story per se was really done well. I did love relearning about the characters that I already knew from like Borderlands 2, from the pre-sequel, from Telltale's Wonderlands, but if it made it more enjoyable. I felt like the characters had a little bit more life to them to a certain degree. It wasn't so wacky. I will say that, yeah, some of the jokes they had in it was, you know, how the Borderlands franchise is, but overall, I fell in love with playing it. I enjoyed Borderlands 1 as someone who came back, and I was really surprised about that. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought I wasn't gonna care for it. You know, as someone who played all the other ones so far and has only played like a little bit of Borderlands 1 growing up as a kid, I think the last thing I remember playing as a kid was the zombie DLC, and coming back and finishing it, I found it really enjoyable. And I think that overall, like Borderlands 1 was really fun to play, and going through the story, going through learning about Lilith, learning about Brick, learning about Jack again, finding unique weapons that you see now I can understand, or be like, hey, I saw this in Borderlands 1, then they changed it over to Borderlands 2 type of deal. It was really enjoyable. The next thing I want to talk about is the farming. Now, comparing this to Borderlands type of farming, it was really enjoyable to go to a boss or go to an enemy that I'm looking for to go farm. But in the case of Borderlands 1, it was more like I used the Claptrap DLC in order for me to get majority of my weapons that I needed. I think over time, I think if I would have played more and more, I could have found more items from different enemies or different bosses that could have my class mod I needed and stuff like that. But I found it really enjoyable with where it felt really nice after completing a DLC, going through like the headaches of the story or the boss that was so annoying to beat. You got rewarded. It felt really good having like a buttload of chests that you could get, and then like getting chances of getting loot, legendary, orange weapons, purple weapons, or it's just that right there really was enjoyable, of like the suffering of like going through that DLC and then getting to that point. So in my eyes, I think those two things I would love to see that'll come back from like Borderlands 1. I don't really have too much to really add on to it, because obviously there's like numerous of other Borderlands now, and like they have most added like the stuff that I'm kind of already thinking about. So Those two are the only things I can really like talk about. I do want to say I do want to go back in and play it again, but this time I'm gonna do it a lot better. I will say by playing the game, it gave me a lot of ideas that I want to try again with, or different ways to play the game. But at the time, at the moment, I don't really want to focus back trying to redo it. But so I'm gonna move on to Borderlands 2 now and go from there. I'm finding it enjoyable just going through all the Borderlands 2 or the Borderlands games in general. It gives me something to edit and gives me something to focus my channel around, but I don't want it to be only about that. I want my channel to be more about like stuff that I care about or stuff that I want to talk about and stuff like that. And it gives me an idea that I want to work on. I do like how my channel is focused around gaming, but I want it to be more like where I can play any game. And that's typically what I want my channel to be aimed at. Not like stuck in a niche of like certain type of that's why like if you've seen on my channel, I have posted stuff about Revenant 2, and then like the newest video I have is me like talking about Overwatch. And I recommend really checking out Overwatch 2, that video, because just how I felt about it. Look forward to Borderlands 2. I would say I do want to bring that out, and I'm gonna try to challenge again. I'm gonna go through the whole game, even through like OP0 all the way to OP10. Like that right there, I'm looking forward to it, because obviously that's like one of the best Borderlands games, and since that is one of the best Borderlands games, I gotta give my most biggest criticism of it. And with more of a fresh look at it and playing through it, I can probably have like a better idea of how I want it. But that's really all I want to say on the video here. And to summarize everything, it sucks. I lost all the video and the raw footage that I had, but it also kind of helped me in a certain way. It gave me more an idea of how I want to do the videos as well as edit. And yeah, look forward to Borderlands 2. Follow all my socials, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.